This is Mr. Neil. I'm back to talk about Raw. This is a Raw review for August the 1st, 2016. Let's get into the show. It starts off hilarious. It starts off good. Sasha Banks comes out. She's, shooting a promo about how she's happy she won her title. Then here comes Charlotte. Charlotte comes down. She tried to rain on her parade, and they little banter back and forth. Then, surprisingly enough, Chris Jericho comes down, and with that, for me, it established that they're actually taking this women's feud, this women's storyline seriously, because here's Chris Jericho, and I consider, in my opinion, and arguably one of the top superstars in the company or of all time, or one of the best of all time in the company, Chris Jericho, who's a megastar. Contrary to what a lot of you may believe, he's a megastar. He is a very strong draw to have him in this segment. So I'm like, okay, I'm sitting back watching, and it was a pretty good segment. Then to add the icing on the cake to make it even better, they added Enzo Amore to it. Now, from this point on, when Enzo got in this this promo segment, it was comic gold. It was hilarious. I mean, like, I couldn't stop laughing. My nephews couldn't stop laughing. My brother couldn't stop laughing. It was hilarious. Um, he comes in and he gives them like the Bon Jovi jokes and just make fun of Jericho, and it was just so good. And it was entertaining. It was 15 minutes of entertainment, straight entertainment. And that's what they've been lacking for a long period of time. Just an open segment that just have you like, okay, Raw is starting off real good. And Mick Foley came out and made it a tag match, and the match was pretty good. It was fairly good. Um, could it have been better? It could have been, but it was good how it was. Great opener. It wasn't too much over the top. It wasn't a slow match. It wasn't boring at all. It kept me engaged the whole time. That's what you need. That's what you want, to have an engaging match, and that's what it was. Um, um, Kevin Owens came out. He did on commentary. He added his flavor to it, which sound. I'm sorry. JBL drained the life out of Raw for a long time. He did. Byron Saxton is a whole nother story. I can tolerate Byron Saxton. Michael Cole, his voice is annoying, but I've gotten used to him because he's been there so long. But Corey Graves is a perfect. Him and Kevin Owens should be in commentary permanently because they're a symphony. They both work together well, and it made Raw much better. It just did. It made it so much better. Um, so Chris Jericho and Charlotte goes over with distraction from Dana Brooke from the outside. She get hit with the natural selection. After the match, she was Charlotte. I mean not Charlotte, but Sasha was laid out in the ring. Enzo went to go check on him. He get hit with the code breaker. Then Big Cass comes down. Put it into all that. And Jericho and them fled. And you know how Jericho is. He's gonna run. He's gonna run. He's gonna run. So for all y'all thinking, what he's dipping on in the cup is orange juice. Okay, orange juice. This is why I don't get colds. This is how I really get sick. Orange juice. As I was saying. So, I think I can't. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. A lot of this stuff, it may be tossed about. I may miss a couple of matches because I didn't write anything down. I was just totally engaged in Raw. It was that good. For my opinion, my personal opinion, I give it 2 thumbs up. It was really good. A really good Raw. Um, I think the next match, I want to say the Mark Henry match or the Cesaro match. No, it was the Mark Henry match. And Mark Henry went up against Rusev. Now, they hyped it up to make it seem like Mark Henry was gonna win. We all know better. We all know better. We know that Mark Henry he's just an enhancement guy to enhance other guys, and he's a strong jobber, basically. Sorry, he is. He dominated the first half of the match. He really did. Strong fashion. But in the end, he tapped. Nothing new, nothing big. Mark Henry's now. He's a jobber. Sorry, he is. Rusev talks trash. Out come Roman Reigns. Chants are cheering Rusev and Reigns back and forth. So it was like, oh, is the crowd back on Roman Reigns' side? Nah, I don't think so. Because, Rusev is doing a great job as being a heel. You don't want to cheer him. You like booing the guy because he's a douchebag. So Roman Reigns comes out and it's like, we don't like this guy, but we don't like this guy neither. So beat the crap out of each other, both of you. Just saying. That's how I felt about it. Just saying. So next match, I want to say Nia Jax. But I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember when that match was next. I think it was. I'm just gonna throw it. It's not gonna be an order. I'm just gonna throw it out there for you guys. Nia Jax had a match, squash match. She destroyed the girl. It was nothing. I don't know who the girl. Some jobber. Squash match was what it was. They're pushing her. She has, they have packages on her, which is good. Letting everyone know who she is. Next segment, I want to say is the Finn Balor segment. He came out to cut a promo. It was an interview with Michael Cole. Seth Rollins comes out. He interferes. Basically says he's the best. He better than him in anything. He's seen him with NXT. He's seen him. He beat Roman Reigns. Yeah, he beat Roman Reigns too. He was the first to do everything or whatever. A little banter back and forth. It was what it was. It wasn't nothing bad at all. Like, it wasn't cringeworthy. It was like, it is what it is. It was entertaining. Seth Rollins, Cole was trying to sneak him. Didn't work too well for him. He got kicked and he got overhead kicked in the head. Tossed out the ring, ran out the ring. Like, to do what Seth Rollins does. That was the end of that segment. Next match, I want to say was Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. By far the funniest thing between the two ever. There's a segment backstage early in the day when Titus O'Neil comes up to Darren Young and tells him, he said, I like the concept of let's make Darren Young great again, but when have you ever been great? And I agree. And I think 100%, not 99.9%, but 100% of you out there agreed. Whenever was he great? When was he great? How you gonna make someone great again when they never was? That's the concept, and he made it. He verbalized that, and then was like, "Wow, thank you, Titus O'Neil." So they had their match. It was a squash match. I don't care what anybody else says. It was a squash match. Darren Young got squashed by Titus O'Neil, but then it didn't make any sense to end because he rolled him up and grabbed his tights when Darren Young had no offense in the match. He tried, but he got squashed. It was a squash match. And it was funny. It was, oh, gosh. Why did he push this guy Darren Young? Seriously, I don't know. Understand? He got squashed. It was a squash match. He got destroyed. Then it was who else had a match tonight? What's his name? Cesaro versus not Rusev. Cesaro versus Sheamus. Pretty good match for a Sheamus match. Pretty good match. If you would have blinked, you would have missed the finish. Cesaro went to Rusev, sorry. Sheamus. I'm all over the place. Sheamus went to give him the tilt-a-whirl. He reversed the tilt-a-whirl into the neutralizer. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. After the match, there was a brawl between them. They started fighting, and refs came up, tried to break them up. So, that's a rivalry that started there. So, on to the next thing. I didn't see. I had left. I left out to. No, I left out. It was like the last match or whatever. And I was on my way back. I was on my way coming here, because I was at my people's house and I was on my way here or whatever. And the Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins match happened. I didn't see all the match, but I know Seth Rollins went over. I can't remember. I didn't remember because I haven't seen the match. But I know Seth went over. I caught the last part of it. Then Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out. Paul did his thing, of course. Paul's going to do what Paul does. And there's no one in this industry. No one. Better than Paul Heyman. Nobody at all. He came in, he talked up Brock Lesnar. He talked up Randy Orton, saying he's going to beat him, victimize him, bring him to Suplex City. The same old shtick or whatever, but he does it in Paul Heyman fashion, and it's also good. So he says, oh, there's no way that you'll be able to put Brock Lesnar in a position where you can put him in the RKO. There is no RKO out of nowhere. Ah! Yes! Yes! Out of nowhere, RKO to Brock Lesnar, runs out the ring, hits the fans with the old, you know what I mean, the Orton chant. Orton, his charisma is on a whole new. He has charisma now. He was dangerous before and kind of cold and was like, oh, I need no connection there. He has charisma now, added to the fact that he's loony. So it's like he was hearing voices in his head telling him to destroy him. It was comical, but yeah, that was your world. If I'm missing something, I'll probably do another video to back this one up. But it was a great Raw. It was a good Raw. It served its purpose. So far, Raw is beating the crap out of SmackDown and just entertaining. Because SmackDown last week, if any indication if it's going to be like this consistently, Raw stepped off with 2 good feet. 2 good steps. SmackDown, first step was a bad step. You know what I mean? This time, they got to make it up because it was bad. It really was. They ratings going to drop because no one cares. Only reason I watch SmackDown, honestly, is for AJ Styles and for AJ Styles. And American Alpha's there now. And AJ Styles and American Alpha. That's the only reason I watch SmackDown for. There was no one else that intrigues me. Until Shelton Benjamin comes, and that's a different story. So y'all take it easy. Y'all be good, and I'll holla. Peace.